Hello everyone. This video is a summary of the text Differentiated Instruction in the Foreign Language Classroom, Meeting the Diverse Needs of All Learners. We as teachers encounter a wide variety of students while teaching. They come with different cultural and language backgrounds, different learning profiles, varying ability levels, different interests, needs, and so on. Considering these differences, all the students must learn in a supportive environment with engaging lessons and meaningful tasks that promote diversity and support the idea that every student learns at varied rates and in different ways. For this reason, we must take into consideration differentiated instruction. So, differentiated instruction is a philosophy of teaching and learning that recognizes that each student is unique. It is meaningful instruction that, responding to the students' differences, provides them a variety of choices, challenges, and opportunities to make them achieve their maximum growth and demonstrate all their capabilities in the classroom. We have two main types of differentiated instruction. First, differentiating curricular elements and differentiating for students' traits. We have the first one, differentiating curricular elements. To implement differentiated instruction, teachers must know what all the students need to know, understand, and be able to do at the end of the unit. Also, he or she has to be familiar with the differences among their students in order to make adjustments in terms of content, process, and product. What does this mean? Differentiated instruction usually implies modifications in at least one of these areas: content, process, and product. Well, content is the first one. It refers to the ideas, concepts, information, and facts that a student should know at the end of the lesson. You can differentiate content by focusing on the unit's most relevant and essential components and varying them to meet learners' needs by providing them choices. We have here an example. If some students need more time to grasp the essential skills needed for the unit, the teacher might provide them more direct instruction, more concrete examples, and practice. Other students may quickly understand the concepts and need to be challenged by more complex activities. Now, the second, process, refers to the ways the students make sense of the input, the how of teaching. A way of differentiating is by grouping strategies. For example, a teacher can group students according to their abilities. He or she can do it by the students' interests or learning profiles. The multiple intelligences theory proposed by Gardner may be useful for this. And another way of differentiation of process is by making adjustments in terms of complexity and of abstractness of tasks and by engaging students in critical thinking. The next one, by product. It is the final output of the unit in which the students demonstrate their understanding of the contents. Bloom's taxonomy and Gardner's multiple intelligences theory can be used to differentiate in terms of product. Here we have some examples of different final products that can be used responding to the students' differences. You have role plays, multimedia presentations, brochures, plays, songs, graphic organizers, posters, research papers, essays, news broadcasts, varied homework assignments, tests, stories, writing assignments, etc. And here we have the different type of differentiated instruction, which is differentiating for student traits. Students connect better in their learning when their readiness level, interests, and/or learning profiles have been respected and valued. Well, about readiness, this can be differentiated by creating tasks with different levels of difficulty. For example, making a test more or less hard depending on the ability of the students. Secondly, interests. Teachers can align contents of the unit with interesting topics for the students. The key here is to give them choices so no one is left aside with their personal interests. The last one, learning profiles. Teachers can address the differences regarding their learning profiles and create positive learning environments with flexible learning options, a choice of both cooperative, independent, and competitive learning experiences, and modification of the content, process, or product to align with the different learning styles of the students in the class. Here we have some challenges for differentiated instruction. The first one is that it requires more planning. Some teachers argue that with all the work done in the classroom, it's difficult to plan differentiated lessons or materials. Hence, they decide to teach the same thing for everyone. Another factor that affects differentiated instruction is that some parents or tutors may think that it is unfair that not all the students learn the same thing the same way. They believe that the teacher is benefiting some students. For these reasons, implementing differentiated instruction is a long-term process, but it is a necessary change that can bring many benefits for our classrooms. Here are some strategies that can be used to start implementing differentiated instruction. First, share experiences with colleagues, creating a professional supportive community where you can solve problems as a group, construct knowledge through research, and interact with new materials. The second one, try one differentiated strategy at a time. It is not necessary to differentiate every lesson or every unit. For example, design 2 possible final products based on the students' interests or learning profiles as the final assessment of the unit. And last, inform parents and administrators of differentiated instruction and invite them to observe or help. Finally, when organizing a differentiated lesson, reflect on these questions. What are the key concepts that every student must know, understand, and be able to do? What is being differentiated? The content, the process, the product? How is this lesson being differentiated in terms of readiness, interests, learning profiles? Why is this lesson being differentiated? Motivation, access, efficiency? Well, that's all. Thank you very much. See you soon.